ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुः उन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो भूषेयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Welcome all of you for the Srimad Bhagavatam class this morning. We are reciting in the 5th canto, 13th chapter, text number 21. Rajovacha अहो नृजन्मा किल जन्म शोभनम् जन्मभिस्तव किं जन्मभिस्त्वपरैरप्युमस्मिन् नायदृशीकेश यशः कृतात्मनाम् महात्मनां वः प्रचुरः समागमः। राजोवाच अहो नृजन्मा किल जन्म शोभनम् किं जन्मभिस्त्वपरैरप्युमस्मिन् नायदृशीकेश यशः कृतात्मना महात्मनां महात्मनां वः प्रचुरः समागमः राजोवाच अहो नृजन्माखिलजन्मशोभनम् किं जन्मभिस्त्वपरैरप्युमश्मुष्मिन् न यत् ऋषिकेश यशः कृतात्मना महात्मनां वः प्रचुरः समागमः. All Prabhujis together, ready? Rajovacha aho nृजन्माखिलजन्मशोभनं किं जन्मभिस्त्वपरैरप्युमश्मिन् न यदृषिकेश यशः कृतात्मनां महात्मनां वः प्रचुरः समागमः. Mataji's together, all of you. जय कृतात्मनां Raja Uvacha. King Rahugana said, Aho, alas, Nrijanma, you who have taken birth as a human being, Akila Janma Shobhanam, the best of all species of life. Kim, what need? Janma bihi, with birds in a higher species, like the demigods in the heavenly planets. Tu, but, aparaihi, not superior. Api, indeed. Amushmin, the next birth. Na, not. Yet, which? Rishikesha yashaha. By the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rishikesha, the master of all senses. Krita Atmanam, of those whose hearts are purified. Mahatmanam, who are actually great souls. Vaha, of us. Prachuraha, abundant. Samagamaha, the association. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. King Rahugana said, this birth as a human being is the best of all. Even birth among the demigods in the heavenly planets is not as glorious as birth as a human being on this earth. What is the use of the exalted position of a demigod? In the heavenly planets, due to profuse material comforts, there is no possibility of associating with devotees. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki. Human birth is a great opportunity for self-realization. One may take birth in a higher planetary system among the demigods, but due to the profusion of material comforts, one cannot gain a release from the material bondage. Even on this earth, those who are very opulent do not generally care to take to Krishna consciousness. An intelligent person actually interested in getting freed from the material clutches must associate with pure devotees. By such association, one can gradually become detached from the material attraction of money and women. Money and women are the basic principles of material attachment. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore advised those who are actually serious about returning back to Godhead to give up money and women in order to be fit to enter the kingdom of God. Money and women can be fully utilized in the service of the Lord, and one who can utilize them in this way can become freed from material bondage. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana katha. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:25-25. Only in the association of devotees can one relish the glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just through a little association with a pure devotee, one can become successful in his journey back to Godhead. So this is spoken by the king Rahugana. King Rahugana, just a few moments before, has spoken arrogantly, harshly to Jadabharata, calling him weak, calling him fat or thin, or calling him some ill names, and threatening him that I can punish you like Yamaraj punishes sinful souls in the Yamaloka. This kind of harsh words he spoke to such a great saintly person, Jadabharata. But then, Jadabharata was a very exalted Paramahamsa, devotee. When he opened his mouth, his identity became revealed. Then, seeing his exalted position and his divine words emanating from his mouth, quickly the king came to his senses. He got off from the palanquin and fell at his feet, clasping his feet to his chest, and he wept tears of remorse, and he begged him to forgive him. He says, Naham Vishanke Swara Vajran Natraksha Shulan Nayamasya Dandat. He saying, I am not afraid of Yama's Danda. I am not afraid of Trishul of Shiva. I am not afraid of the Varunapash. Let all these instruments bind me together, I have no fear. But I am Shanke Brisham Brahmakula Vamanat, he said. But I am afraid to offend a great devotee like you. So, I was about to commit a terrible offense in my life, and now that you have revealed your identity, I take back all my words, and I beg you to forgive me. And I am a fool number one, and you enlighten me and bring me to my proper senses. So like this, Rahugana spoke and sought forgiveness. Great souls they forgive very easily. They don't have any difficulty in forgiving. So, you will see Rahugana actually was a pious personality, going to Kapilashrama for hearing some Srimad Bhagavatam class. So on the way this incident occurred, which goes to show that even if you are pious sometimes, because he was very powerful in the role of a king, and he was also learned, because from his questions it will be revealed. He has been hearing, learning from Shastra also. So, therefore there was some tinge of pride which manifested as arrogant speech and harshness on his part towards Jadabharata. So, and that is why Jadabharata also felt that he is a qualified candidate to receive his sermon. And then he spoke to him. Because Jadabharata wouldn't speak to anybody so easily. His name only is Jada. He's supposed to be like deaf and dumb. He wouldn't connect with common people very easily. But here he found a suitable candidate for receiving the knowledge, so he spoke to him. And also he considered that being king of the country, a king should be a role model for the people. If he is afflicted by pride and arrogance, then the whole world will suffer because of that. So, after he heard him speak, now Rahugana is glorifying the association he got from Jadabharata. He is telling, Aho Nrujanma Kila Janma Shobhanam. He is saying, with an exclamation, Nrujanma means human form of life. Akila Janma Shobhanam. He is saying 8.4 million species, if you keep them all arrayed, amongst them the best form is human form, he is saying, amongst all of them. Why is it so? Because in animal bodies and human body, there are activities, common activities like eating, sleeping, mating, defending. You will find even now many other people living in cities, in skyscraper buildings, like there are buildings which have 80 floors or 100 floors also, some very tall buildings. You have seen that? So people have their matchbox houses, small house. If you turn like this, the room will end. Turn like this, room will end. Because I come from a village, originally in Tamil Nadu, we had a big house, and the house has multiple, rooms. In the middle of the house, there is open to the sky. Abundant place, veranda, and behind the house there is garden, well and everything. So people walk a lot, move a lot in villages. But in city, people have matchbox houses. If you turn around, the room is over. Correct? A box. Now bathroom latrines are even more small. You cannot even turn around sufficiently. So people have to find out a place to, small pocket of place to live, matchbox house, and some or other they have to get their food. People don't get good food. So food, clothing, shelter is the need of every living being in this world, whether you are an animal or a human being. And for making money and for little sense gratification, you will see people leave their village and come to cities, and what kind of struggle they undergo. There are people working in the roads, making this flyovers or metro construction work. These guys work sometimes even 12 hours, 14 hours also. They get a small place to live, little food to eat, and whatever salary they get is just enough for running their show in the month. They don't earn any big money also. So life, human life is not meant for sense gratification. Just to earn money, you got your eating, you got your place to sleep, you got sex life, and you got to defend and protect yourself. And then you don't know where are you going. So animal life is meant for sense gratification. Human life is meant for self-realization. Several places Prabhupada says this. The difference between human and animal is like difference between a car and a plane. If you put on a runway, both car and plane will run in the runway, but only aeroplane can take off. Similarly, in human body, you can take off back to Godhead. Animal body will keep running in the same way. They don't know anything beyond that. So we have that ability, but imagine somebody doesn't know to take off. He keeps going an aeroplane round and round. How funny it will be. Imagine if aeroplane is going on the road because he says, I don't know how to take off. How funny it will be. So we have a human body, but we need to know how to take off from this human body to divine. First of all, people have to become human first. From animal life to human life means 4 regulative principles. No illicit sex, no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication. When one strictly follows this, then one comes to human life. From human life to divine life, chanting Hare Krishna and following the scriptures. So in this way, the 2-step process, Prabhupada taught both. Follow the 4 regulative principles, first become a human being, and chant the holy name and make your life divine, sublime. That's the purpose of. That's why he's saying, Ahondra Janma Kila Janma Shobhanam. What you cannot do in the other species of life, that you can do in human life, which is self-realization. No other form of life can award you that. How many dull creatures you see. One of the days I was in the train in Pune station, I saw outside the window in the railway line, there are some eatables people have thrown. Some rat was going below that and picking up and trying to eat. There is nasty water, stinking things, such unclean places they're living. So Prabhupada says, you take a bungalow, in the same bungalow, you find the owner of the bungalow is living. In the same bungalow, there may be a rat also living. There are cockroaches living. There are ants living, isn't it? There's a watchman living. So each of them is put in a different body, each soul, according to their Purva Janma Karma. Correct, no? The owner of the house is the enjoyer of the house, and watchman is his servant. And there are also other creatures like parasites surviving there. But they live in unclean conditions, tamoguna, rajoguna conditions like that. So, in this way, the living being is awarded a body, many nasty bodies in this 8.4 million species. And amongst them, the finest body is the human body. Why? The human body is not only considered to be cultured than animals. Somebody may say, oh, we are very cultured. We dress neatly, we speak politely. That is not considered culture. The real culture is spiritual culture. The spiritual culture is when one, according to the scriptures, in the Bhagavad Gita, there is one purport. Prabhupada says, there are people who are politically powerful, monetarily powerful, academically highly qualified. Still they are considered as uncultured, even if they wear coat, suit, boot, tie and shake hands and speak fine English. Still they are considered uncultured if they are not in Varnashrama. They don't follow Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. If they don't follow this order, that means Brahmachari, as soon as you say Brahmachari, immediately there are rules which come. Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, Sarva, Vasam, Sarvatra, Maithuna, Tyago, Brahmacharyam, Prasakshase. One should treat all women as mother And body, mind, words should be engaged in Lord's service and not for sense gratification. Shama, Dama, Tapa, Shaucham, Shantir. One has to cultivate control of the mind, control of the senses. One should focus on the study of the scriptures. One should live only for the pleasure of Guru. One should live in the ashrama of Guru. One cannot act whimsically. So similarly, Grihastha means immediately Grihastha Dharma. That is also an ashram. Immediately, one should have a proper wedded family. One should come together, man and woman, based on the mother and father's blessings and the blessings of the elders, and according to religious principles, properly. Not that you elope with woman, somebody. Then one is considered a two-legged animal. But if one is really in Varnashrama, then one has to be properly wedded. And wedding is not just you marry and you just stay in a flat. No, you need to have the Grihastha Ashrama Dharmas. Grihastha means one should invite saintly persons to sit and hear the lectures so that they can get enlightened. Like Nanda Baba is inviting Gargamani to his house. He's telling, Mahat Pajalanam Pumsam Grihinam Dina Chetasam Nishreyasaya Bhagavan, he says. Nanyate Kalpita Kvachit is saying, oh great Rishi, personalities like you have no other business other than speaking about God and enlightening the mass of people. And people like me, Nanda Baba says, being a Vaishya, we are only counting money, we are absorbed in trade and money making. But you are always speaking about God and uplifting our consciousness to take us back to God. Of course, Nanda Baba is speaking on behalf of the common people. He is a pure devotee, father of Krishna, but he is teaching us. So, Grihastha Ashrama means there should be sadhu sangha, there should be deity worship. One should worship the deity. And one should give charity to a spiritual cause. And one should treat all the animals like one's own children, like the cat or the cows or the bulls or the dog. All these creatures should be fed by them. And they also should study the sacred scriptures, and they should earn money by honorable means. They cannot cheat or loot. And they should curb greed, pride, all these things, and they should actually live, husband and wife, they should uplift their consciousness to become Krishna conscious and not get stooped in the luxuries and comforts of family life. So, therefore, they beget children and raise them in Krishna consciousness by keeping the home atmosphere like a temple. In this way, in Varnashrama, one who is staying, they only are considered cultured. According to the Shastra, they are only cultured. Now, it's not enough just to be only cultured. One should come to the point of understanding the highest goal of life. There is karma, jnana, yoga, bhakti. There are various paths. So therefore, in human life, it's possible. Anybody in any walk of life, in human life, one can perfect one's life. That's the first line. Second line, he says, Kim janmabis toparair api amushmin. He is saying, this human life is better than demigod life also, he is saying. Why is he saying better than demigod life? In the 5th canto, you will find a couple of verses. They are saying, what is that verse? Na yatra vaikuntha katha sudhapaga na sadhavo bhagavatasthadashrayaha na yatra yaggesha makha mahotsava suresha lokopi na vaisa sevyatam kim dushkarairna kratuvistapo vratair dhanadibirvadhyujayena falguna na yatra narayana pada pankaja Smriti Pramushta Atishayendriyotsavat. The Devatas are all praying these couple of beautiful prayers. They are saying, in whichever place, Na Yatra Vaikunta Katha Sudhapaga, where the nectarian river of Krishna Katha is not flowing, Na Yatra Vaikunta Katha Sudha Apaga. Sudha means it's honey. Vaikunta Katha honey, the nectar of Krishna Katha is not flowing in whichever place, which means Lord is not glorified. Na sadhavo bhagavatas tadashraya. If there are no Bhagavat bhaktas, Bhagavat bhaktas are lovers of God. They have no material ambitions. Their only ambition is to love God, serve God, and share the same with the people. Nobody can purchase them with money or facilities or amenities or food or anything. For them, Krishna is the life and soul. Such Bhagavatas should be sitting and relishing the Krishna Katha. There is no such place available. And Nayatra Yagnesha Makha Mahotsava, they are saying. Where the Yagnesh is Krishna. Where the Supreme Lord Krishna is not propitiated by performance of sacrifices. Yajnas are not performed. And Mahotsavams are not celebrated. Just like, for example, we celebrate Janmashtami, Radheshyam, Ramnavami, Gaur Purnima. Almost every month we have one very big festival, correct, no? So, these festivals are not celebrated. Suresha Lokopi, they are saying, even if it is Surendra Lokam, even if it is Indra Loka, we don't want to live there, they are saying. It is simply useless. So, and then they are saying, we have done Yajna Dana Tapa while being on earth, and then we achieved some punya. We have come to heaven. But after coming to heaven, we have realized, they are saying, Smriti Pramushta, our Smriti has become Bhanga in Narayana. We are unable to remember Lord Narayana, they are saying. Why? Atishaya Indriya Utsavat. Here Indra has power. Indra has apsaras, he has nice, fine food to eat. He has very nice living conditions, amenities, facilities. It's like, imagine somebody is living in a huge posh bungalow like you see some people live. Very nice facility, but there is no sadhu sangha there. Or somebody is living in a 7-star hotel. Very nice facility, and he is eating. And he is getting a lot of diseases because of eating too much. But he has no clue on how to get rid of the disease. And there is no doctor. On the other hand, another man is already in the hospital. And he is taking medicine which may be bitter medicine. So who is better? The man in the hospital taking bitter medicine and getting cured is better, or a man in the 7-star hotel going on eating, having a big obese body and he doesn't know how to get out of it. The problem, which is better? First one. So human body is like a hospital. And the Devata body is like a 7-star hotel. You enjoy, you don't know that the enjoyment is giving you suffering. There are people who know also philosophy that if I try to enjoy sense gratification, I will suffer, but they are unable to give up also. That's the way the material enjoyment is. So, Bhogaishwarya Prasaktanam Taya Apakrita Chetasa. So once good intelligence is taken away by the Bhoga and Aishwarya, so the Bhoga is represented by the opposite sex, and Aishwarya is represented by big cars, big bungalow, big job, fat salary. You will find when one is in this college, then one is after pleasure and ambitions. Because teenage means one wants thrills, with some thrills, some fun, some enjoyment in relation to opposite sex. So, and then one also has ambitions. And I want to get this dream job, I want to make money, I want to show the world. And then after one comes to the job, then when there is a high pay in one's pocket, and comfort. So then one expands the comfort makes one very cozy and complacent, and one forgets the ultimate goal of life. And when there is a high pay, then one lavishly spends. One becomes too extravagant in spending. So when we spend extravagantly, then the desire also comes in the mind to show to society that I am also somebody. What type of car I go in. There are always status symbols, correct, no? Status symbol means you use a Audi car, you use a Tesla car, and that's one status symbol. Similarly, in which housing colony you live. There are housing colonies in India also. One house is 10 crores. There are housing colonies like that. So if you are living in very high costly housing colonies or very costly cars, you use costly dress, you wear costly. So the human being can become completely like a parrot in a golden cage, we call it. Parrot in a golden cage means the golden cage may be glittering, shining very nicely. Only thing is it is locked up. House is very beautiful, car is very big, man and woman, they are wearing posh dresses and they seem to be externally very happy, but they have no clue of what life is. Who are we? Where did we come from? Where are we supposed to go? How this body is gradually aging. Such rich people and young age, they were having handsome bodies moving about very happily. Once they cross 60, 70, they become like a vegetable. They walk like this. You have seen that? You've seen that? They can't walk properly because they sit, mostly they sit, they become like couch potato. They don't move much. Everything is, there's lift to go up, lift to come down, car to take you, there is hardly any movement. Only when you cross 60, you get some realization of what is material nature. So these are like a parrot in a golden cage, locked up in that. So that's what the Devatas are saying. Although we have material enjoyment, this material enjoyment has only frustrated us, and we have forgotten the goal of life. And it's a fact. You will see, there was one Upabarhana, one Gandharva. This Gandharva was very handsome, he had curly locks of hair, he was a very sweet singer, and naturally he became attractive to many apsaras. Many times you would see him roaming with 3-4 apsaras. He also had sandalwood, put on his body, so scent also. Scent, beauty, sweet sounding, and like a playboy. He was flying around here and there. So one time he went to one of the assemblies of the Devatas, and in that Devatas assembly, when the meeting was about to end, they were doing some Hare Kirtan. Because you start meetings with Kirtan, end with Kirtan. So when this fellow happened to be around, he wanted to show some fun to the other apsaras. This is another problem. When one associates with a woman in a frivolous mindset, then one gets a tendency to impress them. When one tries to impress woman, one commits mistakes. One behaves erratically. See, woman cannot be blamed, but attachment to woman is condemned. Actually, whenever Shastra say woman, we should know, man is woman for a woman. And woman is woman for a man. That is said in the 7th canto. A woman should think that, oh, if my husband is giving me a very posh house, a big car, lot of lavish facilities, but he is not a devotee, then the example is given in the Bhagavatam. It is like a deer which is going to, which wants to drink water, but the pond is full of thickly grown grass. It is seeing only grass. Already it has eaten grass. Now it wants water, but it doesn't know where the water is. It's just blinking. Similarly, a lady who has lot of facilities given by the husband, nice car, nice bungalow, big fat money and golden necklace and everything, but she is not given the spiritual knowledge. She is compared to the deer who is watching the grass, but just below the grass, what is there? Water is there. Similarly, she doesn't know that right in the same body, the soul which is residing along with the super soul, she has no knowledge of it. Because the husband is not a devotee, he has not elevated her to that knowledge. So even though she has all the facilities, some loneliness, some kind of something missing in her life, she wonders what is missing in my life. So that husband actually becomes a great trouble for such a wife. In the same manner, if a husband gets Rupavati Bharya Shatru, it is said. If a woman is very beautiful and the husband becomes attached to that woman, then that woman becomes an enemy for the husband also, it is said. Now a beautiful woman may say, hey, why are you condemning me? God gave me the beauty. So we are not condemning beautiful woman. We are condemning the man who is attached to beautiful woman. We are not condemning the man also, we are condemning the attachment. So neither man nor the woman is condemned. What is condemned? Attachment is condemned. You see, there was one king called as Bhartruhari. This king was very fond of his beautiful wife. He told his beautiful wife, I want your beauty to remain for ever. So one day one sage came to his palace, and he gave, a fruit. So he gave that fruit to his wife. He said, you eat this, so that you will remain young forever. Just like you eat chanaprash, you look young always, correct? No? So therefore he thought she can eat this. So what she did, instead of she eating it, she had one wrestler whom she was very fond of. So like a paramour. So she called him and she gave it to him. She said, I am very fond of you, you remain like this always. And that wrestler was not attracted to queen, but he was attracted to another girl, so he gave it to her. He said, I want to see you always young. Although I have, he had a connection with the woman, but he was not attracted to her. He was attracted to that girl. And that girl thought, king is a person who is ruling the country, and he should live long. If he's a Raja, he should live long. So she went to the king and gave it. He was surprised. Hey, this is exactly the same fruit. How did you get it? He asked her. She said, wrestler gave. He caught the legs there. Hey, come here. How did you get it? He said, the queen gave it. Hare Krishna. He said, Then he wrote one Vairagya Shatakam. He wrote. Vairagya Shatakam talks about 100 slokas on Vairagya, detachment. So, Diktam, Digetam, like that, there's a verse where he says that he says in this world, the people have attachment to the skin, attachment to the false beauty, which only presents itself for a few years. After that, the beauty is gone. One should not be foolish like this. Animals can be foolish, but human beings cannot afford to be foolish. We should know this body is like a dress which we change every day. Today you all wear one dress, tomorrow you will wear another. This body, even in this very life, the body is changing constantly, from childhood to boyhood to youth to old age. Everybody can visibly see with their eyes. You know, the one who was beautiful some 10 years ago, 20 years ago, eventually the beauty will fade away. You can see people with jet black hair get white hair, isn't it? People with clean skin, they get wrinkled skin. One can see that people who are slim and beautiful, they become fat and ugly. For a period of time. People who are walking, going, moving, coming, suddenly they disappear from the scene because the body is taken to graveyard. So, in the human form of life, one can understand these things very well. But when we are surrounded by luxuries and comforts and lavish lifestyle, that is like sprinkling water in firewood. And you can see innumerable examples for this. So this Upabarhana, because of surrounded by those beautiful apsaras, he got intoxicated in the company of opposite sex, and the result was, when the Hare Kirtan was going on, he sang some other song, like a cinema song or something like that. He sang some other song. So the Devata became angry. Devata said, while Lord's Kirtan is going on, you offended the Lord by singing something else. I curse you to become a son of a maid servant. So from the heavenly abode, he came down the Antariksh, and then he fell in a village in the home of one servant maid, Dasi Putra he became. And the Dasi was insignificant. He had an insignificant parentage. He had no father, no brother, no sister, only one mother. And she was living in a hut. Just see, he had a Gandharva body, handsome body, with a beautiful, voice to sing. From there he fell down. Because of Asat Sangha, he fell down. But while he was the child in the home of a Dasi, some Bhaktivedantas came to that village, and they were all actually staying in one Brahmana school, Gurukula, right next to this hut, very nearby. So she saw those saintly persons coming. She took her child and said, come, let's go and offer obeisances. They offered obeisances, they engaged in some seva, giving them prasad, washing the plates. She told the boy, you just hang around and render some service. So, any intelligent parent means they should engage the sons in going and associating with sadhus. Because those who get, like we have one Jagadishwar Prabhu in our community here, when he was a young boy, his father told him that you should go to the Brahmacharya ashram and stay. He was in his probably 7th or 8th standard. So he went to his guru's ashram and stayed for 1 year. 1 year he took training. And that was such a deep impression for him. Even today he tells he's a very sober and very advanced devotee. That 1 year gave him such a deep impression. Now he's married, now he has family and everything. Our Deepak Abra's family, correct, no? They are 5 brothers now, totally. He's the youngest one, or he's the second one? Yeah, he's the second one. Jagadishwar Prabhu. So he was telling Radheshyam that experience I got in the Gurukula with the saintly persons, even now it's as fresh as it is right now happening to me, he said. So why the saintly Vaishnavas are those who may be walking on the surface of the globe, but they have no attachment to the things of this world. Like it is said in the Bible, you can be in this world, but you should not be of this world. Their real joy is chanting, dancing, glorifying the Lord, hearing about the Lord, worshipping the Lord, studying the scriptures, and feeling sympathy for the suffering souls, how to bring them to Lord's lotus feet. They They don't see the details of the material world. They only see that the whole material world is arrayed with large energies which are worthy to be only engaged in Lord's service. They are not meant for anything else. So, and the material world is like a smoke because all living beings have come with an enjoying mentality here. And the spiritual world is like fire, where everyone is engaged in Lord's service. So how to transport all living beings back home, back to Godhead, that is their mission. So when this small boy associated with them, his mother told him to go and serve them. By serving and associating with them, this boy became purified and elevated. And the main reason for elevation, he himself says, Tatran Vaham Krishna Katha Pragayatam Anugrahena Shrinavam Manohara Tashaddayame Nupadam Vishanbataha Priyashravasyanga Mama Bhavat Ruchi. He says that I developed a spiritual taste in their association by Shrinavam, by hearing, by Manohara, is saying. They spoke pastimes of the Lord which were heart-rending. See, in the assembly of devotees, what do the devotees talk? They talk about the power and potency of the Lord. For example, in the Mahabharata battle, at one point of time, Ashwatthama hurled one Narayanastra. So, this Narayanastra, when it came flying, it throws out millions of missiles, continuously. And all the Pandava side warriors tried to attack it to the best of their ability. And Krishna said, don't do this. He said, you fall flat on the ground. Because the nature of Narayanastra is, the more you attack it, its strength will get multiplied. And the best way to counteract Narayanastra is, when you fall flat on the ground, then it will lose its potency. And it will take a U-turn and go away. When Krishna announced it, everybody dropped their weapons. They fell to the ground. The only fellow who was asking why was Bhima. And Krishna gave him one hit and he also fell down after that. Everybody fell flat. Then they were all saved. Not a single person was hurt. In the beginning, some of them were hurt because they were trying to rebel. So this is Narayanastra. Narayanastra means it is the potency of the Lord. Then there is another astra called the Vaishnavastra, which is potency of the devotee, which means the curse of a devotee. Or a blessing of a devotee. That is called a Vaishnavastra. It is extremely powerful because devotees unnecessarily do not hurt any living entity. But if a devotee gets an encounter with some living entity, due to which they give a curse, ultimately that curse also turns into a blessing. Just like Narada gave a curse to Nalakurmani, it turned out to be a blessing, isn't it? So, when this Vaishnavastra came, Krishna saw that Vaishnavastra coming. Bhagadatta was the one who hurled it. When it was coming, then Krishna grew huge in size and it came right on the chest of Krishna and it turned into a garland and then it fell on Krishna. Then at that time Arjuna was little offended. He said, Krishna, I was preparing to attack it, why did you receive it? Then Krishna said, understand, how did this Bhagadatta get this? Bhagadatta's mother, you will see who is Bhagadatta. Bhagadatta is son of Bhauma. Bhaumasura. And Bhaumasura is son of Bhudevi, correct, no? So at the time of Varahadeva's appearance, Bhudevi saw that after the pralaya was over, when the dawn of creation came, Lord Vishnu was in a very pleasant mood. So Bhudevi went to him and said, please give me an astra, and he gave the Vaishnavastra to her. And then she gave it to Bhaumasura, and Bhaumasura gave it to Bhagadatta. And now Bhagadatta was using it in the battle. And Krishna said, this weapon can be countered only by 4 people, he said. He said, either Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, or Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, or Virat Purusha, or Krishna himself. Only we can, nobody else can tackle this, he said. That's why, because it is given by me, I only can take it back. That's why I took it. Then Arjuna became quiet after that. So, you will see that in the battlefield, how the Lord is powerful, extraordinarily powerful, and how he is protective of his devotees. You will see that. So in the assembly of devotees, you will find people talk about the Lord's power and potency. There is also talk about the Lord's sweetness in dealing with his devotees. Like Krishna, one of the names of Krishna is called as Vivida Adbhuta Bhashavit, which means he can speak in various languages. With Devatas, he speaks in Sanskrit. In the Govinda Kunda, when the Abhishekam happened, all the Devatas who came to Krishna, they spoke in what language? Sanskrit. Brahma, Indra, they were all talking to, like Brahma is offering prayer to Krishna in which language? Sanskrit, because they speak very streams of Sanskrit poetry. And the Vrajavasis, they speak in Vrajabhasha to him. And the birds speak in birds' language. Animals like cows, they speak in cows' language. So Vivida Adbhuta Bhasha, which means he knows thousands of languages. He's a great linguist. He can speak in as per whatever language the other person speaks. Immediately can speak. Some people also know 4 or 5 languages. You've seen that? Like in ISKCON, sometimes devotees playfully say 1 or 2 words in Telugu or Tamil or something like that. But there are people who really know multiple languages, correct now? But Krishna knows innumerable languages. Similarly, Krishna is called as Vavaduka. Vavaduka means he can speak a lot of information packed in a capsule. And he also is he's called as Priyambada, which means he's a sweet talker. Why he's called as a sweet talker? After defeating Kaliya, see, if you danced on somebody's head, can you pacify that person? Think about it. You kicked on somebody's head. How many of you think it's little difficult to become a friend with somebody whom you kicked on the head? Correct, no? No question of becoming friend. Krishna not only kicked on Kaliya Naga's head, he cracked the head, cracked the jaws. Kaliya was broken down practically, and he was, smoke and poison was coming out of his mouth. He was totally shattered. He was about to die. Lastly, the Nagapatni told Lord, my dear Lord, please kindly don't kill him, because he has already developed some mood of surrender for you. Krishna said, last round I will jump. Krishna said, because the last avidya is still there. Other than avidya, other things are finished. That ignorance also I want to eradicate. They said, don't do that now, because if you try to do one more round, he will die only. Allow him to gradually get rid of avidya. That will take some time. Other things, papa karma phala, papa karma, bija, kuta and all you have finished. Now avidya can leave a little bit. Let it be there, he will gradually clean it. So don't finish him. So, because he went for surrender. Who? Kaliya. Then when Krishna got down, he spoke to Kaliya. My dear Kaliya, you see, why did I dance on your head? Because you spread so much poison in this Yamuna waters. All my coward boys died. Their parents are weeping. And even the birds are falling from the sky and getting roasted because of your poison. And look at all the trees and plants, they all have become blackish because of your poison. You have really created such a havoc in the Vrindavan, which is a very beautiful, sweet land. You have made it like this. So I had to take a swift action to stop you from indulging like this. Therefore I had to dance on your head and subdue you. But do not worry, all the cracks I created, I will take it back. So with his own divine hands, Krishna touched Kaliya, whichever place was broken. Like that he finished everything. Just by one touch. His hands are like hands which emanate amritam. In a moment. Actually, even in this world, we have some ointment like Cybol. You seen that? Or some tetramycin, erythromycin. Why they call it mycin? Because we commit sin and we get a crack. And then apply it, then it gets cured. But it takes 3-4 days to cure. But Krishna's hand cures instantly. So when Krishna cured it, Kaliya looked in the mirror, oh, I become all right, completely well. He immediately became affectionate to Krishna. He thanked Krishna and said, as per your order, I will quit Yamuna and go away. But wherever you need me, you just give a call, I'll be back. I will take you and all the coward boys on my back and take you for a joyride. So Krishna is called as a Priyambada, means very sweet talker. He can talk sweetly. See how many, everything about Krishna's speech. Priyambada, Vavaduka, Vivida Adbhuta Bhasha, isn't it? There are many words like this. So when Vaishnavas come together, their main subject matter of discussion is Lord's greatness and Lord's sweetness. How the Lord's nature, what is Lord's nature and Lord's behavior and Lord's qualities. So when this boy, Dasiputra, heard it, he became very charmed. So that's why the Lord is called as Manohar, isn't it? Bhakti Priti Mala Chandan, Bhakti Priti Mala Chandan, Tuniyo Hai Niyo Chittanandan. जीवन वरण तव पूजा निवेदा सुंदर हे मनहारे नंद कुमार आनंद कुमार हवे प्रेम प्रदीपे आरती तोमार नयन यमुना जरे जरे मार तुम्हारा गिरहे गिरिधारी वंदन गाने तव भजो जीवा कृष्ण मुरारी श्री कृष्ण मुरारी वंदन गाले तव भजो जीवन कृष्ण मुरारी मम मन मंदिरे कहने से कृष्ण मुरारी श्री कृष्ण मुरारी मुरारी कृष्ण मुरारी So this song talks about how Bhakti Priti Mala Chandan, I'll offer you my devotion, my love, and garland, and sandalwood pulp, and all these things I'll offer you. Tumi niyo he niyo. Please, please Krishna, take, delighter of the hearts, he's saying. Take all these things, Krishna, you are the delighter of everybody's heart. Manan who charms the heart of everybody. So this boy got charmed by Krishna. In this world, the ultimate goal of life is to become charmed by the Lord, not charmed by the opposite sex. Not become charmed by the glittering car or new model mobile. Not to become charmed by any glittering, all that glitters is not gold. Maya's glamour is for food. It is a state of consciousness. It is therefore this movement is called International Society for Krishna. Therefore this movement is called International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So somebody may be surrounded by family, wife, children, car, bungalow, everything, but his heart may be sold out to Krishna. And that is what is the philosophy of Bhagavatam. On the other hand, somebody can be a brahmachari living in the ashram, still having some material desires lurking in the heart. That's also possible. So therefore, and at the same time, there are first class brahmacharis also, there are first class grihasthas also. All the four categories are possible. There are attached grihasthas, attached brahmacharis. There are detached brahmacharis, detached grihasthas. All four are possible. So we should become which one? Whatever ashrama you accept, he says, grihe tako, vane tako, sada hari bole tako. He says, always one who delights in Lord Hari. So this boy developed such delight. Like sometimes girls ask, hey, you are all brahmacharis, you are very nicely enjoying ashram life. Why there is no ashram for us, we cannot enjoy. So Prabhupada used to say that a girl requires protection. But if a girl is a sadhvi, then she makes the whole house into a family of devotees. Like my mother used to write this Ram Nam. So she wrote some few crores of Ram Nam. And some Swamiji used to give a coin. So I used to, when I was a small kid, I used to see her writing Ram, 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 writing like this. So in a home where a woman is a devotee, she influences the children, she influences the husband, influences her in-laws, influences the whole surroundings in the house. Irrespective of whether you are seated in a woman's body, in a man's body, old man's body or a child's body, everybody has equal opportunity in a human body to do bhakti. So this Dasiputra did bhakti in the company of Bhaktivedantas. When they were leaving after 4 months, he was lamenting that I'm going to lose their association. So while leaving, they gave some 4 or 5 very good instructions to him. One of the first things they told him, you see, in this world, don't enjoy anything and don't renounce anything. Use everything in Krishna service. Don't do bhog, don't do tyag. Engage everything in Lord's service, in whatever situation you are in. That is Yukta Vairagya. Second thing they told him, spiritual world is like fire, material world is like smoke. If you get any problems in life, you focus on fire, spiritual life. Then the more the fire grows, smoke will be gone. Don't try to sort out the smoke. The more you try to sort out material life, it becomes complicated. Smoke will spread all around in the house, everybody will shout at you. So whenever material problems come, increase your intensity now of spiritual life. The more you increase intensity of spiritual life, then material problems will be gone. You will see that if you're quarreling with some devotee, you don't know how to sort it out. Just sit and chant more rounds, read more books, and they will become friendly with you. You will see that. So don't complicate your problems. Always focus on spiritual life. Another thing they told, always hear the pastimes of the Lord. Study about the Lord's, do research on Lord's qualities, Lord's behavior, Lord's nature, His dealings with devotees, His dealing with demons, His power, His greatness and His sweetness. Always keep studying about the Lord, because Lord is your gati. He is the one to be ultimately attained. All the scripture, vicharasi urusvanaha, there is a verse which says in Bhagavatam, if you read Bhagavatam nicely, Lord will emerge from the Bhagavatam out and He will enter your heart. So that is the goal of the study of the Bhagavatam. No, we don't want to become scholars. We don't want to show off our literary skills. We simply want to become devotees. So in this way they taught many good lessons, and they gave him a mantra also. And they told him, you just chant this mantra, and the more you chant, you will go from Shraddha, Sadhusanga, Bhajana Kriya up to Prema. Your stage will come and you will attain Krishna Prem. And after they left, the boy had those impressions very powerfully. After his mother passed away, the boy went to the forest and eventually got darshan of Lord Vishnu, a glimpse. After which, at the end of his life, he went on to become Narada. Think about his 3 lives. Upabarhana as a Gandharva, that's a Dasiputra, and Narada. So Upabarhana of Gandharva, from a heavenly situation, he fell down to become low-class family birth he got in a Dasiputra family. But by Bhaktivedanta's association, he got the most exalted position of becoming Narada, pure devotee. He's called as Bhagavata Mukhya, is called. He's one of the prominent acharyas in our line. He is one of the 12 Mahajans also. Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu. That means here you see, by Asatsanga he fell down. By Satsanga he got elevated. Mahatsevam dvaramahar vimuktes tamodvaram yoshitam sangi sangam. It is said, no? Mahatsevam dvaramahar vimuktes. By Satsanga, Sadhusanga, the door to liberation opens. And by Asatsanga one falls down. So from a heavenly position he fell down because of frivolity. Similarly, Indra once offended Brihaspati because of pride and carelessness and inattentiveness. Because of that he fell down. At that time, when Indra fell down, other devatas were around, but everybody was busy in their own comfort. Nobody could help him. Then he himself found out that I have offended my guru, and then he felt remorse. Then after that he had to get Vishwarupa and all those people to sort out his problem. Because in heavenly planets often there is no sadhusanga. Why sadhusanga is not available? Very rich people, their doors are very big. Their gates are very big. They put, beware of dogs. Don't come inside. Then how can sadhus go inside? On the other hand, a poor man's house has no door only. That is it, the Daridriyam Paramanjanam. Narada says in 10th canto. Daridriyam Paramanjanam means poor people, They are not VIPs. So sadhus can easily approach them and they can easily approach sadhus also. In this way they can take association very easily. They don't have anything to be proud of. Like that. So, and another advantage of being poor is there is nothing, no reason to be proud about. But when you have a handsome body or when you have a lot of wealth, Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, they lead to pride. That's why Indra fell down from that position. Similarly, you will find the Nalakur Manigriv had handsome bodies. They were sons of Kubera. So two words are used. Danadatmajau, they are sons of Kubera. Sudruptau, why they were proud? Because Rudrasyanucharau. They were followers of, their neighbor was Shiva. And they thought we are rich kids. We can do whatever we want. Who can ask us what? That kind of. So in the heavenly situation, pride can come. That is a possibility. Carelessness, inattentiveness, lack of humility. These kind of things can come. Similarly, Pururava and Urvashi, you find that he became mad in attachment, and until she thoroughly ditched him, then he came to his senses. You find he turned to Lord Vishnu after a long time. So because of the Bhogaishwarya Prasaktanam, the Prasakta is said, attachment. So in the heavenly situation one can become attached. And that is why here he is saying human form of life on earth is more superior to heavenly birth. Why? You all know Chitraketu's pastime. See, Chitraketu is a human being. But he was given a position of a Vidyadhara king in the heavenly planets. Sometimes the human also can go to heaven and become a king in Vidyadhara Loka. So one time he was flying an airplane along with the Vidyadharis playing veena and various instruments. And he was singing only the holy name as a king. And some of his citizens were sitting in the same plane. They were all flying in the sky and they were going through Kailash. There he found Lord Shiva sitting and speaking to Siddhas. On his lap was Parvati Mata. So he made some comment. He told that you are a Jatadharo, Tivratapo, Muninam Gurum, Loka Gurum. You are the guru of all the people and you are a Jatadhari. You are a great Vairagi, Shiva. And then Sabharyam Ankikritya, he said. Keeping your own wife on your lap, you are giving a lecture on Vairagya. To the Siddhas, they are all liberated people. You are a very liberated soul, I agree. You are not attached householder. But what will the people in the world do? If they imitate you, they will become attached. So why are you setting a bad example? Pakrito yatha, like that he said. Like a conditioned soul you are behaving. And that was not taken as offensive by Shiva. Shiva just heard his words and smiled. He understood. He is not saying with any ill intention. He just didn't mind it. And the audience who were sitting, they also looked at Shiva's face and they didn't take it as offense. Tushnim. Both audience and the speaker, they became silent. They didn't do anything. But one person got offended. Who? Parvati. She said, hey, Chitraketu, what are you talking? In the same audience, Brahma is sitting. Narada is sitting. Narada is your guru. Brahma is your param guru. They didn't say one word about, Shiva keeping his wife on his lap. And do you think you are better than them also? Are you a self-appointed advisor? That you are coming and giving us, advice to in this big assembly of saintly persons? None of them felt anything wrong with Shiva's behavior. You are unnecessary offender. You have become proud. And then she gave a curse. My son, you become a demon. And then get purified before you can return back to this position. Like that she said. At that time, Chitraketu came down and told, oh, Mother Parvati, I am afraid that I am misunderstood. Honestly, let me tell me, I have no ill feelings for Shiva. Shiva is a follower of Sankarshan, and I am also a follower of Sankarshan. We are like God brothers. Shiva also said later on, sometimes among God brothers they may joke with each other. Shiva was joking, hey, you are doing your Harinam Sankirtan with so many Vidyadhari ladies. And he is joking, what about you? Your wife is sitting on your lap. They are joking with each other. But that was taken seriously by Mother Parvati as literally. Therefore, joking, we have to be very careful in joking. So, Shiva told, our Chitraketu clarified it and told her, don't take any pain in your heart. I always have respect for your husband and I don't have any ill feeling. By the way, don't think I'm justifying myself because whatever curse you gave me, I'm ready to accept it. I'll become a demon as you have told me and I'll fulfill the criteria. And he flew away. That time Shiva told her, Narayana para sarve na kutaschana vibyati Swargapavarga narakeshva pitulyartha darshinaha. He says, my dear Parvati, you may be beautiful, but Vaishnavas are more beautiful than you. He said, look at this Vaishnava. For such people like Chitraketu, you put them in hell, put them in heaven, send them back to Godhead, it makes no difference. Wherever you put them, they will be doing devotional service only. See, he didn't curse you back, and he didn't retaliate back, he didn't become angry. So the Vaishnava means because he is a human being, he is not a demigod. Even demigods actually fail many times, as we have given examples now. But even as a human being, when he has attained devotion service, he is better than a demigod also. Then immediately Parvati covered her head with her veil, she felt ashamed. As Prabhupada writes in the Bhagavatam, you will read that. Similarly, you will find Gajendra, you will find in the Purva Janma he had done bhakti. Therefore, at the time of traumatic situation, he called out the Lord's name. So this is the beauty of devotional service. If you do devotional service in human body, you have a chance to remember the Lord in difficult situations or in death, and then you attain perfection. But in demigod's body, surrounded by luxuries and comforts, actually you find that typical Indian student aspires to go to America. Why? What for? America is like a heavenly planet. People like to go there. Why? Your uncle, your aunt, somebody is living in America. The broad roads, sky-rise towers, big cars, hefty salary, which may be 10 or 20 times what you earn in India. Hefty salary, and the country is very big, but the population is small. Population only like 25-30 crores. And the country is bigger than India. And Indian population is 150 crores. And the country is smaller than America, if you see. So people think here it's very congested. There you go. One bungalow, next bungalow, there is no compound. I asked, where is the compound? They said, there's no need of compound. There's so much space there, isn't it? So people think, let us go there and live comfortably, but they don't know that position, comfortable position, is not going to be there permanently forever. Prabhupada told American boys and girls, see, you have handsome bodies and a lot of money in your pocket. Don't think this situation will remain forever. These are all pleasures which are here today, gone tomorrow. It won't be there with you. One who is intelligent should always remember the temporary nature of the material world. One should live like a person living in an apartment which is rented out. We are actually tenants. We are custodian of this body. We are not owner of the body. Super soul is the owner. We can see that this body is changing not by your order. Super soul is ordering the body to change. From childhood to boyhood to youth, the body is changing. Similarly, suddenly some disease comes out. Did you invite the disease in the body? When it comes. Sometimes you get ulcer. Sometimes you get some fracture. And none of us want those things. So you will see that the body is not functioning according to our order. It is functioning under karmana deva netrena. Jantur dehapapate. So one should remember this. I am seated in a body which is not controlled by me. It's controlled by super soul. I am living in a house which is temporary. I am living in a material existence which appears to be glittering right now. It won't be there. The only truth is Lord's lotus feet, the holy name, and our relationship with the Lord. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, the Lord, the Jiva, and the holy name, these are the truths in this world. This will never perish. This will exist for all time. So even when we are doing Sankirtan, we should absorb our mind in this truth, that this Sankirtan is eternal. We may be visiting Sankirtan and then going back to doing other activities, but Sankirtan is everlasting, eternal. The loving relation between the Jiva and the Lord is everlasting. So one should repeatedly remind oneself, I am not this body, I am spirit soul. And I should take sadhu sangha to live on the eternal platform, not on a temporary tottering platform. That's why he says, Edana yavana putta paridana ite ki ate parati tire. Edana yavana putra paridana itange ate paratiti kamala gala gala givana talamala bhajahu hari pada niti re bhajahu hari pada abhaya charanarvindare abhaya bhaja mana srinandanandana abhaya charanarvindare bhaja mana दुर्लभा मानव जन्म सत्संगे दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे करहो ये भव सिंधु रे श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन पाद सेवन दक्षरे पूजन सखी जन आत्मनिवेदन गोविंद दास विलास रे Hare Krishna कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare So the essence of the whole discussion is three things, so that we don't forget so many things we discussed today. The very first thing is, amongst all the species of life, which is the most valuable species? Human life. Even the song which is Bhajakure Mana, Srinandana, Durlabha, Manava Janama Satyajas. So the Manava Janama is very rare, extremely rare it is said. So that is one point. Why? Because in human life, we can become Krishna conscious and go back to Godhead. That is the first point. Second thing, even the heavenly birth, which appears to be more attractive, owing to the material attachment that accrues or the false pride that comes, or lack of sadhu sangha in the heavenly planets, due to all these things, affluent life, either in heaven and even on earth, if somebody becomes too luxurious in life, they become addicted to material comforts. Prabhupada says material assets spoil spiritual assets. So the spiritual inclination gets doused off. It's like You have a small fire, you put a huge amount of sticks over that, it gets doused. That's the second thing. Therefore, one should not aspire for increasing material comforts. Rather, one should increase spiritual assets. That's the second point. And the third point is about the Mahatma devotees, those who are Rishikesha Yashah Kritatmanam. The Mahatma devotees, one should know the glory of those devotees, and they are the most wealthy people, because what to speak of them being free from Shoka Moha Bhaya, lamentation, illusion and fear. Whoever comes in touch with them, instantly they can forget about lamentation, illusion, fear. Just like Arjuna was lamenting, after talking to Krishna, his lamentation was gone. Isn't it? Similarly, this fellow, Ravagana, was proud. After connecting with Jadabharata, he became humble. You will see like that. The nature of saintly persons is they can evaporate the material qualities. They can flood our heart with spiritual qualities, Lord's greatness, Lord's sweetness, Lord's remembrance. So therefore, the importance of the sadhu sangha in human form of life, that's the third thing. So the importance of human life, futility of material comforts either in earth or heaven, and the value and the importance of sadhu sangha, which is a very vital factor in human life for uplifting us, purifying us and taking us back to Godhead. Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you very much. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki. So I'll be here another 10 minutes. If anybody want to ask me questions, you can ask. All right, no? Yeah. And evening all of you can come. We have a very special festival today, Ras Purnima, right? And we have special dress, and there will be offering of the lamb. Today is the last day of Kartik. So we have been offering lamb daily. You can ask me a question, I will answer. Others can get up and you can do your other activities if you wish. 10 minutes I will answer, and then I'll sing that. Damodar Ashtakam will sing. Okay? Yeah. Yes. I can ask. Yeah.
First Lord is Shiva. First Lord is...
No, like Shiva Purana says Shiva is supreme. Devi Bhagavatam says Devi is supreme. And then Bhagavatam is saying Krishna is supreme. That's your question, no?
I think the Brahman is supreme.
That you can think whatever you want. That is your choice.
No, because
See,
it is formless.
You can think what you want, I can think what I want, but who cares what I think or you think? We care what the Shastras say, in what is coming in Guru Parampara. So, if you know the truth, keep it to yourself, be happy. But if you don't know the truth, ask me, I can tell you. Because it's not that I am telling you, I will tell you in Guru Parampara.
I'm asking, I thought Brahman is the supreme. Is that correct or wrong?
It's not correct.
Okay.
Because you are thinking that the ultimate truth is impersonal, correct now? It's a Nirakar Brahma, correct? That's what you're thinking. That's not correct. Because absolute truth has three aspects. Vadanti tat pavidas tatvam yajnanamadvayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdyate. It says absolute truth is a non-dual substance having three type of roles. One is Brahman, means impersonal Brahman. Like if you see a mountain from a long distance while going in a train, it will appear like very cloudy. When the train goes near, you see greenery. When it goes even more near, you will find the cows, calves, goats walking up, coming down. There will be hut, people and all, everything will be there. Details will be there. So the mountain is same, but from three perspectives it looks different. Similarly, absolute truth is one. For those who are jnanis, absolute truth appears like impersonal, Brahman. I'll complete it. And for yogis, he appears like Vishnu form. And for bhaktas, he appears like Madan Mohan, in a threefold bending form. The same truth appears in three ways. Just like, for example, Government of India, Sarkar is Nirakar. But if you see behind the Sarkar, there is Prime Minister of India. In the Parliament, MLA, MP and all can see him, because they are people working with him. And then when you go to his home, his mother, brother, sister, they know what sabji he likes, what dress he likes. They know him intimately. So the government of a country is impersonal. But in the Parliament, it is personal. But in home, it's intimate. Similarly, Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. So bhaktas attain Bhagavan. Jnanis attain Brahman. And yogis attain Paramatma. And the truth is one. Yeah. Now you ask me.
I have one mathematical question. Is 0 and 9 works same in calculations?
Is you and?
0 and 9.
0 and 9?
Yes. Because I was as a teacher before. So if we multiply 0 with any number, we get 0.
Okay.
If I add 0 to any number, I get the same number. In the same way, if I multiply 9 with any number, I get one number. If you add all the digits, you get 9. In the same way, if you multiply 9 with
Okay,
any
okay. So what is your conclusion from that?
everything starts with 0,
Okay,
come to 9, and end with 0 again.
okay.
Is that correct or wrong?
No, how do you say it ends with 0?
Because uh, ultimately, is
Are
that
you talking shunyavad? Everything is shunya? No,
yes.
nothing can come out of nothing. Everything has come out of something. Like for example, your father, his father, his father. If you go up, 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 your great-great-grandfather came from nothing or a stone chunk, or he came from some living person. What do you think?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Some living person. And the living person is Brahma. And then Brahma also comes from Vishnu.
Okay.
And Vishnu is existing eternally. Then how it can be 0? Correct, na?
What is the purpose of life?
Purpose of life is to awaken love for God, which is eternally there, hidden in our heart. Right now the impurities are over it. Correct, no? Because of that we have become forgotten. Just like for example, a son has left his millionaire father and wandering in the street, not knowing where his father is. So we have to reconnect with the Supreme Father.
I came 10 kilometers by walk from my house to this place
Okay.
to have the darshan of Krishna. I did not eat anything.
Wonderful. Huh? Very good that you didn't. Today is the last day of Kartik, very auspicious. Did very nice. My request to you, see, just like yourself, I was also reading various books, hearing from various swamis, various places, and I was not very clear about the truth, when I was in my college days. Then when I came to ISKCON, I got Srila Prabhupada's books, Bhagavad Gita as it is, and then Srimad Bhagavatam, and that was like a turning point for me.
One good thing happened. In that sloka there is Rishikesh, no? My name is Trishikesh.
Wonderful. So that is Rishikesh, you are Rishikesh Das. Huh?
What I always ask the Pantul, I mean to say priest, what is the meaning of my name Trishikesh?
Rishikesh means?
Not Rishikesh, Trishikesh.
Rishikesh.
Trishikesh.
What's that? Rishikesh. Huh?
Three.
Trishikesh. Huh? Trishikesh is Shiva. See, there's a Tripura. You know that now? Tripura Ari. Shiva is called as Tripura Ari. Huh? So, there were 3 planes made by the demons where they were standing and attacking demigods, and Shiva was invited to defeat them all. So when Shiva was trying to defeat, the Asuras were all put in one pond where the Mrita Sanjeevani mantra was chanted and revived again and again. So Shiva became very frustrated seeing that these fellows are coming back to life again and again. At that time, Brahma and Vishnu, they came as a cow and calf and drank the whole pond completely. And then when that was finished, then Shiva took his bow and arrow and standing in a chariot, he finished all the 3 planes. That was called as Tripura Ari.
The next sloka is, I think, the worship the Lord with love. Next
Correct,
sloka.
correct.
Correct only, no?
Correct, yeah.
And from Bhagavad Gita, I learned 2 things. One thing is, there is no good person and bad person in the society. Good situation and bad situation exist. According to situation, the person will change.
Yeah, that's true. See, you read the 16th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, you will know what is good, what is bad. You can get it in more detail. So my suggestion to you, Rishikesh, Prabhu, thank you for coming to our temple. There are many devotees here who can connect. You can just talk to him. We have regular programs on Saturdays. You join one of the events. If you also give him a copy of Bhagavad Gita as it is, you just read 1 page a day every day. Most of all these questions are all answered very nicely by Srila Prabhupada.
I have read total Bhagavad Gita.
Which Bhagavad Gita you read? By whom?
I have listened to Chaganti.
What is it? Chanakya? Huh? Oh, right.
My father died when I was in 5th class.
See, that is a very good beginning. But if you have Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada, it is more beneficial. Because this talks about, you asked about ultimate goal of life, love of God, it's very nicely explained.
I used to have question every time when I was child.
Now here you can ask all your questions. You just connect with one devotee, they will give you hours to answer your questions. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki. Okay, one quick question. Where is the mic? Use the mic to him. Yeah.
If someone is our close relative, we cannot avoid them also. And they pour out some kind of envy and all that. Regarding devotees and all that. So what is the best
whenever your
solution?
relatives are criticizing ISKCON or ISKCON devotees and all, we may sometimes worry that they are offending. Correct, no? So don't give them much scope for speaking like that. Carry some prasad with you, give them prasad in the hand and ask them, how is the prasad? What they will say? What they will say?
Delicious prasadam.
So now you have made them glorify the devotees. Glorify God, correct, no? Instead of making them speak some offensive thing. And also when they are able to speak, only hang around. As soon as they begin speaking something, you say, I am a little busy, I got a phone now, I have to attend a phone call. If you slip out from there, they can't speak. And also, this is an immediate solution I told you, but in the long run, you should bring them on a festival day, see the Abhishek, take prasad, meet some senior devotees, and their mindset will change. Their main problem is not with ISKCON, their problem is with you only. Actually, they want you to be more materialistic. Then you want to, so we can send one couple from here, we can come together, to begin with once a month they can come, or twice a month they can come. And then the new, my Maharaj used to say, if you don't have any devotees, you create association and live with devotees around you.
So, thank you, Radheshyam. My question is that devotee association is important, so it gives benefits. That if devotees into the dream, then that also gives benefits, spiritual benefits.
See, when you get a devotee coming in a dream, how does the devotee motivate you in going closer to Krishna? That's the question we have to ask. Sometimes our relationship with the devotee may be on a little sentimental platform. Huh? We have to check whether the devotee coming in the dream is inspiring us to come one step closer to Krishna by becoming more serious in spiritual life.
Yesterday, Nitai Sevani Mataji came into the dream. Then I have asked a question that...
And she answered also?
She came into my dream. I listened her videos only.
Okay. So she answered your question?
I said that I watched your videos. So you spoken about the Mahatma of Tulsi's mud. So just this much only. So Lagu Matra Sadhu Sangha that benefits now. So in dream also will it gives benefit. That's also truth or imagination.
Good. See, for example, in the daytime you hear lectures from Nitya Mataji. The night it may sometimes come in your dream. That is a possibility. And in case the night, when the dream also you hear a similar thing which is spiritual, it's very good. At the same time, you have to be careful because, like one disciple told Prabhupada, that Prabhupada, you came in my dream. He said, what did I tell you? He said, you allowed me to smoke cigarette, he said. And Prabhupada said, oh, that must be a ghost, he said. Huh? So, what comes in the dream should be in line with what we hear in our Jagrati state. Right now, you are in Jagrati state. What you hear from her in Jagrati state, the same thing you are hearing in the night in dream, it's very good. That means, the good association is sinking in your heart. It's a very nice thing. Actually, we all want to soak our mind in good association like a sponge soaked in water. Like that we want to soak. So that we overcome the mind chatter with all materialistic vibrations. It's very
Thank you,
good.
Prabhuji.
Thank you. Shri Prabhupada ki. Somebody else can sing now. Evening I am going to sing today. He can also sing our Srimad Satyavati Prabhu sing. Srimad Satyavati can sing. Pray Gopesh Prabhu. Pray Gopesh Prabhu. Pray Gopesh Prabhu. Pray Gopesh Prabhu.
इधर आते ही नहीं गया सके वो नहीं उठाएगा कोई